Jeffy, welcome back to this Christmas episode.
Jen, why don't you ever see Santa in the hospital?
Oh, because he's got a claws?
Because he has private elf care.
Oh, stupid. Oh, that's funny. I don't have any Christmas jokes. I don't have any holiday.
Oh, this ain't really a joke, but do you know how much Santa paid for his sleigh?
Oh, I don't know.
Nothing. It was on the house.
Hey, I did see this week that all the reindeer, they were saying like basically the difference between girl reindeer and boy reindeer, and it's basically all girl reindeer pulling Santa's sleigh.
None of them are boys?
None.
Are you sure? Because
I'm
according
sure.
to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer,
Yeah.
the animated or claymated, puppeted,
Yep.
whatever it was, Donner was a boy, Blitzen was a boy.
Yep. I think it was something to do like the velvet on their antlers or something, and I don't know. It's basically it's all girls, and of course because that's how we get done.
It ain't Mrs. Claus driving that thing.
Oh, Marge, Genergy! Put in your booby rocks.
Live your best life. Keep doing you.
So much energy! Let's stick together with some high kicks. Wow! Wow! All right, everybody, welcome to this episode of So Much Energy. I'm Jenny McKinney. I'm here with
Jeff Jones.
Jeffy. We missed you last week for the round table.
Yeah, I was out of town working, Jen. And I thought I was going to be back by then.
Yeah, we've scheduled and rescheduled a few times, but hey, don't worry. Brooke and Martin showed up.
They did.
It was
Jen, I liked
funny.
hearing it. That episode cracked me up.
Mm-hmm. Dad was laughing so hard. He was so funny.
Nice.
Oh, God. When he forgot the dates of the birthday.
I noticed listening to the birthdays, some of them, he said the people's name, and he just moved on after you guys got done talking about them. He never actually said their birth date or how old they were.
Some people, he's like, oh, whoops, I messed this one up. He was born on, December or whatever.
Like, I didn't write that down.
I didn't write that year.
And then some of them, he just said the name, and then you guys would talk a little bit about the person, and then he just moved on.
He never said the date. Oh,
Nothing.
That's great. Yeah, and then just at the end, it was totally cut off. Like, I hit end recording way before. I just was hovering over it to be ready. And then when he thought I was going to say something else at the very end, which was not appropriate, and then I just stopped it. That was it. And
I don't know why you're hovering over the button. Are you hovering over the button right now?
No.
They say there's no need to hover over the button. When it ends, it ends. You can always take a few extra seconds, then hit the button.
I know. Yeah, and then edit. I know. Oh, man. I heard a good Christmas song before we popped on here. You know how
Which one?
You know when you write, like, Merry Xmas on the box?
Yep.
It was, X gonna give it to you. Gonna give it to you.
X gonna give it to you. What? I don't know. I like DMX a lot. He cracks me up. I like that he just barks and makes noises right in the middle of his song. And I'll always ask questions. What? Who's that? Who this? What? I like DMX.
I was cracking up like, this is a great Christmas song. I'm a fan.
Is.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh,
you know what?
stuff.
This week in the car on the way to, because we had to do Christmas for Andrea's side of the family, but she had to work that day, so the kids and I went there.
Oh my gosh.
Over to the west side.
That's weird.
How's that weird? I like those people.
I know, it's just funny. Like
I've been related to them for like 20-something years.
I know, it just is funny to think about, like, hey, we're going to go to your family. You don't have to be there, but we're going to go.
You stay here and work.
Yeah.
What was I? Oh, so on the way there, there's a song that came out probably 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
It is the most ridiculous song. It drives me nuts. And the kids brought up some Christmas song in the car that they didn't like because it just was ridiculous. And I brought this song up, The Christmas Shoes. Do you know what song I'm talking about? It's called The Christmas Shoes.
Okay.
All right. And the song itself is like ridiculously sad.
Okay.
But then when you look up the song, there was a made-for-TV movie, which I realized this a couple years back. There's a made-for-TV movie called The Christmas Shoes. And the whole premise, it was a Hallmark-type movie. The whole premise of the movie is pretty much the gist of the song, which is that this kid is in line at the store, department store.
Okay.
And he puts a pair of shoes up on the counter. This is right off the rip. I'm not going to ruin any part of the song for anyone. I'm telling you.
Right off the rip.
Yeah, they're just setting it up right now. This kid's setting some shoes up on the counter. Then he takes out his pocket full of change, of course.
Yep.
All right. So then the song is from the guy's perspective behind this kid in line.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Is he kind of talking too? Is it like
it's
in
kind
the song, right?
Yeah, it's kind of talky singing.
It's like a he's basically telling you a story with music.
Oh yeah, he's even like, and then the boy took out his money and he laid his change up on the counter. You're like, that don't even rhyme. You're just saying it with the same influx.
Yeah.
Anyways, so the whole gist of the song is this kid's trying to buy a pair of shoes for his mom for Christmas.
Okay.
Because the mom has cancer and she only has not very long to live.
Okay.
And so the kid wants her to be beautiful in case she sees Jesus tonight.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then
I do remember this now. I didn't know the song name of it.
Yeah. Every time I hear that song on the radio, it's just like, what the hey? And so I brought that up to the kids and made them listen to it in its entirety. Oh, I almost put on the made-for-TV movie just to make them watch it on the way there.
That'll show you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh
man.
Shoes. That's like my wife. You know what song drives her nuts? That Mariah Carey song.
Oh. I was singing that at the grocery store. It was on so loud.
Yeah.
I was like, what's happening?
It gets stuck in my head, and I'll be singing it, and she'll get pissed at me for singing it when it's not even on.
Yeah. Did you notice, too, like, as you get older, there's certain grocery stores you go to that have changed their, I feel like they've changed their music. Like, we go to Ingles up here, and they have some amazing music on. Like, 80s, 90s, pop rock. Like, Josh has never sang a song at a grocery store in his life until we started going to Ingles, and then he sings and he dances in the aisle because it's good music.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. No,
yeah.
They just started putting on music in our break room at work. So, like, when you're going, like, if I go to get my coffee or punch in the morning or whatever at the end of the day, filling out my tickets, there's music going on in the break room.
Yeah.
And I think it's supposed to be, like, just instrumental. Sometimes it's funny because people have made comments. Sometimes it feels like a doctor's office type music. Sometimes it's elevator type music, which I've always kind of thought is the same. But like when people point it out at work, you're like, you're right. This is more elevator than doctor. The other day, funeral home. Like, what is this, funeral home music? Guy come in saying, I'm listening to it. I go, you know what? This is like funeral home music.
Yeah. Maybe that's your Spotify playlist. Instrumental for sad situations. Then when you go in there, you're like, hey, man, like, what are you in for? Or like it's a 12-step program and you're all getting coffee or something.
I don't know. I like hearing it, though. I like
That's funny.
It does add a mood when you're just in there by yourself filling out your ticket. It's better than just hearing, like, like the pen across the paper.
You know what I'm irritated with? When you go to gas stations and the gas pump is, like, screaming a commercial at you. Like, I did not pick this. I do not want this in my face.
Or they'll start talking about, like, news headlines. Yeah. And then right when you put the pump back, it just stops.
Yeah.
Like, dang it, I should have stood here a second. I want to catch the end of that. It'll give us the weather. Also, sometimes it's, what's her name? Maria Menounos?
Menounos. Yeah.
She shows up.
Skin.
Oh, she does.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more of it. She's also the one who talks before the movies at the local theater we have here. Not here in my town, but the one we go to over in Oxford.
Oh, is she at the booth? She's
no,
in the booth?
she comes up on the screen like before the movie and like does like is it Nuvi?
Oh, I don't know.
It's like some
Nicole
video.
Kidman
it's
does
like
ours
video.
here.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Maria Menounos. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's also at the pump sometimes at the station.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't need that pump screaming at me.
No, sometimes it does.
It's too loud. It needs like a volume button, and I need to shut your mouth over here.
Yeah.
But speaking of sounds being too loud, I went to the audiologist because I cannot get into the ear doctor. Right?
Audiologist? Is that
like
proper
he's a hearing
title?
doctor?
Yeah,
Audiologist? Isn't it? Where you go to for hearing aid?
I don't know. Seems like they'd have more fancier name though, like spectrologist or something.
Oh, I don't know. But I saw a free, you could get a free hearing test. So I'm like, yes, I have too much hearing and I need help. And so he's like, oh, okay. He's like, well, I usually deal with hearing loss. And I'm like, I have sonic hearing.
Hearing gain. Like you have too much gain in your ears.
Yeah. He's like, all right, well, let's test your hearing out and see what's going on. And then he's like, whoa. He's like, the sounds you're hearing are out of range. And I told him we have this, remember the dog thing that we bought to have the dogs stop barking out in the yard for the other dogs?
Yeah.
Remember when we were talking about products? Well, we have one in the house and I can hear it going off. I can hear it when the dogs bark, that noise going off. And I told him and he's like, you should not be hearing that. And so then he put the scope in my ears and he's like, yeah, that's I'm not sure what's happening. So we do the hearing test. He's like, yeah, you shouldn't be hearing that. And then he said, actually, where my range is, voices are too loud for my hearing holes.
Oh.
Like just normal talking range is too loud. It hurts my ears.
Do you hurt your own ears? Because it seems like you're pretty loud.
I'm loud, but I wear headphones a lot.
Oh.
So that's why I talk loud.
All right.
Yeah. So then he took an impression of my hearing hole. Yeah. Put some Fix-A-Flat in there.
Fix-A-Flat or wax? They just have you tilt your head and melt a candle into it?
No. He just caulked my hearing hole and then make a little impression. He's like, all right, I'm not really sure what to do with you. So I'm going to get a team together and then I'll get back with you.
Wow.
Yeah. So, okay. Do that, sir. Yeah. All right, Jeffy. So, speaking of hearing things.
Do you hear what I hear?
Yeah.
Is that what you're getting at?
Your jingle balls. So, what do you want to talk about for Christmas?
For Christmas, Jen, I came up with some questions here. It's a Christmas questionnaire.
Oh, okay.
Just questions I just thought, I don't know, I was just trying to come up with Christmas-related questions.
Yeah.
It's probably stuff I'm guessing we have covered the past few Christmases, Christmas episodes, I'm thinking, but I can't remember that far back.
That's a year ago.
Right?
You know how many hair colors I've had since then? Anywho. Hooty-hoo.
Probably a lot more than inches you've had.
Yeah. Wide and tall.
Oh. So I was gonna come up with I had a few questions, Jen. I was gonna they start pretty vague.
Okay.
And really, they're in no specific order now that I'm looking at them. They're not in any specific order.
Okay.
What's your favorite Christmas food? Christmas food or a dessert?
Really any baked items. Big fan of baked items.
Baked items? Is that just for winter or for Christmas specifically?
Really just any time. It just happens to be a holiday, but really, I'm a big fan of cake, cookies.
I'm a big fan of hot chocolate for any kind of winter time.
I love hot chocolate.
Hot cider, hot chocolate. Any kind of novelty.
Donuts.
Anything that's not coffee, but is like a step sibling of coffee.
Yeah.
Pretty much I like. Although on Christmas Day, I still think I like pumpkin pie.
I could eat that anytime. Quick recipe tidbit here. I found a recipe that said we were talking about mini apple pies today. And if you take a cinnamon roll and kind of push down the center, put apple pie filling in it. Bake it. It's a little apple pie.
Oh, wow. That's not a bad idea.
I know. I was like, we should make those for Christmas because Dad would like those.
We could.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shoot.
Speaking of bake it and recipes, don't forget that you can always make wheat butter and then use that butter in any recipe that requires butter.
And then get your family all
Right. Or for
calm
that,
down.
that's just something for maybe that stepson or that nephew that you don't know what to get them.
Yeah.
That's what you get them.
That's all right.
Next question, Jed. Your favorite Christmas song? Favorite Christmas song?
I like the "It's Cold Outside," which is kind of not appropriate, but
I know, but that is a good song, and it's
a good
still
song.
catchy.
But I like when Jovi sang it on Elf.
Oh, all right. I like Dean Martin's.
Yeah. Well,
I'm a big fan of any Dean Martin Christmas.
Oh yeah. I like when she was singing it. Yeah, that's probably my favorite. And then like little kid songs. I love seeing like little kids be excited and just sing their little songs.
Yep.
Mhm.
Like the 877 Cars for Kids. Heard that on my way home from work today.
We don't have that here.
No.
No. Thank goodness. It sounds like.
You know what song I'm talking about?
Yeah, I've heard it. Yeah.
And it's Cars for Kids with K. And they're always quick to point out that it's Cars with a K.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's in your song.
Right.
You know this.
Weird.
Favorite Christmas special?
Oh, I do
Or
like Rudolph, and Frosty, because I love when the little snowman, like when Frosty, like the narrator. Oh, I think it was Rudolph, right? The narrator.
Yeah, Sam.
Yeah. Yeah, when he's on the, I don't know, those make me laugh.
I think mine's that same era. It's Santa Claus coming to town.
Yeah.
And it's like the story of how, I love Emmett Otter.
Emmett Otter Jug Band Christmas. Oh, God. I mean, if you have not seen it, and then if you have the DVD, which we do have, they have bonus clips of the marionettes at the end.
The outtakes?
Yes.
Like when they couldn't get the puppets to do what they needed them to do, and they're just kind of going anywhere.
And then they're just like, go limp.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's too much.
Nice. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Best gift you ever got?
For Christmas?
Yeah. I would say, and this is like only maybe because I could remember it, remember when Mom made us Cabbage Patch Kids?
Yeah.
That looked like us, like mine had like short blonde hair.
Yeah.
I would say though that I thought was a badass gift, and for some reason every Christmas I compare a lot of gifts to like the feeling I had when I got that.
Gotcha.
But I would say also anytime we got a sled for Christmas or a bike, if it was a year that like we got a bike for Christmas, that was a great year. Like when you come downstairs and there's a sled right there, awesome.
I think so. Growing up, the first thing I thought about when you asked that question is Mom and Dad got me a big stereo for my bedroom, and the speakers like folded in, and it was like had a wooden cabinet, and then the speakers would fold out. I don't know. That was pretty awesome because I don't know why you'd want to. I didn't have to fold the speakers in, but it was cool that you had the option, because I listened to music all the time.
Yeah, that was when like people had stereos.
Oh yeah, I had a stereo, and then
tall floor speakers. Remember like Pioneer, or Serwin Vega, or Kenwood.
Yeah.
JLH.
Cool. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Or things like like when you would get something, I was all excited to help you set it up, like your He-Man.
Yeah, I did get a lot of He-Man stuff. At one point, another gift I got that was badass was the Cobra Terradrome for G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
It was this huge Cobra fortress.
Yeah.
And it just did so much stuff.
Yep.
So much stuff.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yep.
Good times.
Yep. Jen, what's the best gift you ever gave, in your opinion?
Oh, I feel like I put a lot of pressure on myself to give the perfect gift. That's one of my love languages is like gifts and acts of service.
Yep.
So I love gift giving because I want it to be like specific to that person, So I feel like really any gift I give, is really intentional. So, but I don't know. This isn't like Christmas related, but I do remember buying Mom flowers for her birthday one year, and I was in the garage and she came home, so I hurried up and put them in the freezer, and I had bought her like 4 dozen roses. some ridiculous amount. And I put them in the freezer. And then, we came in and we started eating dinner. And I, all of a sudden realized, 3 hours later, the flowers were in the freezer and they were all
frostbit.
They were done. And
Yeah.
I was so upset. Because, I spent all that money on it. You know what I mean? I was
So
only,
that's-
14.
That's like the best gift you almost gave.
I tried to give. It was
Either the best gift you
best-
gave or the worst gift Mom got.
Yeah.
Here's a bunch of dead frozen flowers.
I know. That was terrible. I don't know.
Hilarious.
I feel like, I don't know. I like when somebody's super excited. So it doesn't even matter, how big or small the gift is, when they're super, super jazzed about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best Christmas memory. Just a memory. I feel a lot of my Christmas memories are getting up in the morning and then having to wait for other people to show up,
Dad
Rick
to take a shower. Remember
Dad
we
to
couldn't
take
even
a
do
shower.
anything
We could-
till he
no.
took a shower?
And they always thought that just telling us to go open your stocking that was going to appease us for the next 3 hours.
Yeah.
But then having to wait for Grams to get there and then her to get her coffee and then get set up. And it's just by then we'd already been up for 3-4 hours.
I know. Or
And then-
waking up in the middle of the night and then going down there and you try to go back to sleep, but you can't.
That's another one of my favorite Christmas memories is when the kids were little
Yeah.
and we had to set something up in the middle of after they went to bed.
Yeah.
My buddies and I think it was this Thomas the Tank Engine table. A big whole playset table thing. And we had to set that thing up. And the time we got it set up, it was about, and we started when the kids went to bed. I remember we put them to bed fairly early too, 8:30.
Yeah.
They were that little. And then it took us till probably 2:30 to get this thing set up, Steve, Jay, and I.
Yeah.
And then they take off. We set it up. Half hour later, kids come in our room. Thought it was they're waking up. It's Christmas morning. It's time to get up. They woke up. It's they woke up, I think, because maybe we woke them up
Yeah.
when we were going to bed or something. I don't
Right.
know. But it was 3 a.m. And we had just dozed off because we both got up. I started making coffee, and then I looked at the stove and realized it's 3 a.m. We got up just because the kids were up and all excited and amped up and ready to go
Yeah.
before we even realized, no. We're going back to bed. Best winter memory.
Oh, winter, sledding. Anytime
Yeah.
we went sledding. Yeah, because I would just
Yeah.
laugh too hard to pee and.
I was trying to come up with a better winter memory than
Yeah.
having anything to do with sledding. I couldn't. I mean, aside from making snow forts and the drifts that, from Dad's snow
Yeah.
blowing or shoveling as a kid, where he'd pile it all, and I get to make that into a winter hut.
This was so. I think we talked about this before, but when being best friends with Heather Nunn growing up, her road had iced over, and so we were all out in the road, and it's 11 o'clock on a Friday or Saturday night, right? We're just all being silly out there sliding down the road because there was a slight dip down the road, and somehow we found a shoe over in the ditch. And we put the shoe in somebody's mailbox, and I don't know why that was so funny because we were trying to run away. We were still teenagers, And as I was trying to run, I slipped and fell and hit my head. And then because I know I looked stupid, then I just laid there and just was laughing so hard. And then I'm slowly sliding down the road, which made me laugh even harder. And we're all dying laughing. I don't know why the shoe in the mailbox was so stupid funny, but
There
yeah.
was a time where I had my apartment in Oxford, and Jay and I, it was middle of a snowstorm. He had come over, and we were like, hey, we should get geared up and just walk up to the gas station and get a hot chocolate or a coffee.
Yeah.
And the gas station's probably 1.5 miles, 2 miles away. It was a pretty good trek.
Right.
And so we got all geared up. We're on our way there, and we see a snowman up in the yard. We're like, oh. And this was at, we're talking midnight.
Oh,
So we run up and we plow into this snowman and drop it and take it down and then get back out on the road. We're laughing about it. We see another one. We go running at it. We both jump into it. Frozen ice. I hit it in the top and Jay went low on the bottom. Jen, it racked my neck and spine and my shoulder so hard.
Oh.
And then Jay, he caught it on the shoulder. My shoulder and my neck area here was just bruised.
Oh.
And Jay's was jacked up for a while after that. And we still laughed very hard at how dicky it was to put a snowman in your yard and turn it into ice.
Right.
But it was just also because that was like pure karma.
Yeah.
Like that's what we deserve. That's what we get. And we knew it.
Punching a snowman.
Yep, we knew it at the time.
Yeah. Shoot.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Right. Then my last question I got on here, Jen, best sledding memory. I know. That's why I tried to come up with a good winter memory that didn't involve sledding.
Yeah.
Because I have so many sledding.
Yeah,
memories.
when Dad pushed me, and so this is part of the comedy show, you know. So being at the top of the hill, and I'm trying to get going. So mind you, I have like my snowsuit. It had the little seatbelt around it with the buckles. And then Dad was like, "Come on, let's go sledding." I'm like, "Okay." I think I'm about 8 or 9. So him and I go up to the back of the subdivision where all the Jeeps had been the night before.
The canyon?
Yeah. So it had rained, so it iced. And so we made a jump that night before. And so the jump had iced that hill, right? So we get up to the top, and it was hard to get up there. And so then you don't want Dad pushing you because he'll shoot you right into outer space, right? So I try to get going, and I can't get going. And he's like, "Here, I'll give you a push." And he runs up and like grabs my back and just like shoves me down the hill. And then I hit that ice jump, and I was on the saucer. So I shoot, I don't know, it felt like 20 feet in the air. And then the saucer, that's why it's called that, because it shoots into outer space, right? Yep. And so then I land on my head. I mean, straight on my head, and just collapse like that little toy that you push up from the bottom, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I'm laying down there. And so also when we got there, it had been raining, and it kind of melted that Gunga rod at the bottom of the hill was like dirt and like
runoff.
Oh, and so now I'm face to face with that, and I thought I broke my neck. Like, so I'm just laying there, and I cannot stop laughing, right? Because something is wrong with my wires. And so I'm dying laughing, and Dad, because now I'm looking at him sideways, and I can see him like, "Oh shit." And he runs down the hill, but he actually just slides down on his feet. He's like leaning back on his hands, you know? So he gets all the way down to me, and he's like, he just yanks me up. And he's like, "Come on, get up, dickhead." And then just pulls me up to stand up. But by then I had already peed, and my snowsuit was steaming all over the place. And like, he was yelling at me, he's like, "Get up, goddamn snowsuits." Then I had like bread bags on my feet, and like they were all squishy, and I had to get home, and it was a mess. But I for real thought I broke my neck. I mean,
I remember many a times getting up on a Saturday or something, and Dad being like, "Hey, we're gonna go sledding." You're like, "Hell yeah!" And then we'd have to stand in the garage with his toboggan upside down over sawhorses, waxing
this thing
for like 2 hours. Wax it, hair dry, wax. Hair dry.
And then
wax.
He would shove us so hard. We went into a tree one time. I'm pretty sure.
We've hit jumps. We've
I don't know how we didn't break our legs with that thing.
And he loved the toboggan because we could put like 5 of us in a line on it.
Yeah.
And I will say, I don't know. I just know it bummed me out sometimes when we go sledding and all he would bring is the toboggan. It's
I know.
Like, you're just, like, that's all we have. You're not even going to, like, bring our sleds?
Yeah.
Nope.
It's a family commitment. We're all in this together.
We're all, and then after, like, he only goes down a handful of times, then he's good. Then we're stuck, 2-3 of us on the big toboggan, and the thing starts doing that, going sideways on you.
Plus, it's super heavy to pull back up the hill.
Yep, it was that. Miss constantly jumping on it, half-assing her portion, so you have to pull her.
Or somebody fell off the back, so they aren't even down there to help pull it.
Yep. That was your best bet, was just to be someone who fell off early, and you only got to walk up half the hill.
Yeah. Dang, if we had to have that little, like, drill thing that guy had with the kite string.
I know, right?
Oh, man.
Right?
Dude. That's the only thing social media is good for.
Yeah.
Like,
pretty
fun
much.
little tidbits about that.
Pretty much.
Dang. Well, is there anything that you're super excited about for Christmas this year?
Yeah, that you guys are coming up. We're gonna have a bunch of us together at Mom and Dad's, probably playing games and things.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll be a good time.
Yeah, good stuff. Alrighty.
I do have the week. I have that week between Christmas and New Year's off.
Oh, nice. Is that a first?
No, I take that off every year.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So, is this gonna be our last episode for the year, Jen?
Yeah. Well, I think. Well, we won't have one next week, but we'll have one on the. Well, it'll be out for the new year.
The 2nd. It looks like the 2nd is a Tuesday.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we'll have one out for the new year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And we do have the wheel of topics, the topic wheel.
Oh, yes.
We do have that also.
Okay. Do you want to spin it now to see what we're going to talk about on the 2nd?
Yeah, we can. If you
Or do you want to we'll do it on the 2nd? Start the new year with it?
we can start the new year. We can give it a spin. I just like spinning the wheel.
All right. Well, let's spin it.
Wheel of topics, 16 topics. I like the one on there. Jeff reads national documents, like me reading like Declaration of Independence or.
Stupid.
Not sure how that got on there.
Right. Okay, awesome. Well, we hope everyone has a safe and happy holiday, whatever that looks like for you. And we will be back on January 2nd. We'll be on
January
1,
2nd.
2, 2, 4.
Yep. Don't forget the last day of this year is going to be
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yes. Yep, 12/31/23. So
Yep.
it is 1, 2, 3, 1.
I think that's hilarious.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll see you next year.
All right. Talk to you next year.
Okay. Bye.
Later.